everything you check out at the North Court Live, what Abingdon United Football Club, whatever you want to call it, inevitably leads to www.paulrobbinspromotions.com. And it's
Brilliant.
always good to see everybody.
Get Radio Breakfast with Rich Smith.
Really looking forward to catching up with my next guest now, who is Paul Robbins of Paul Robbins Promotions. If you're down in Abingdon and have been to gigs at the North Court, there's a fair old chance that Paul would have been involved. Paul, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rich. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Now, it's quite nice that I got a very glowing email about you, which is a very nice way to have start a conversation and start a meeting, because everyone who's kind of been down to the North Court Live in Abingdon, you put on loads and loads of events down there. There's a real love for that venue, and in a kind of wider scene, it is so important that people like you exist to kind of put these amazing and wonderful events on.
Well, thank you very much. It's not easy, I'll be honest with you. Every week we're hearing venues closing, and advertising these gigs is getting harder. We really want people to come out. We really want people to enjoy themselves. We put on a variety of acts. It's just getting the message out there, and sometimes it's just not easy.
No, it is, and we hear, and the boys who do our melting pot show as well, Rich and Deadly. They've looked at it, at the industry, and looked at everything, and it is a sad state of affair, because Oxfordshire as a whole produces so much wonderful music just from its core, but also has so much amazing things happening and going on it because of people like you who go, actually, I think you'd like this, and I think we'd like this, and I think this would be amazing to get it. I have to ask a question. Why? What's the driver for you?
Well, certainly not the money. I can tell you that. It's got to be a passion. Look, I can't do this on my own, and I have a group of guys with me. And I'll just give a quick shout out. We are the road crew. I can't do this on my own, so we go round to festivals. We look at the gigs. We bring the best things in. We're as passionate about music as the people we ask to come in. We spend 4 or 5 days at festivals just checking out the bands, and we never bring in a band that we haven't seen. If we don't like what we see, we don't bring them in, and that's nothing to do. That's not a dig at anybody that we just kind of have a standard. So we enjoy what we do, and we've met everybody from some of the tribute bands to Spike from the Choir Boys. Spike from the Choir Boys, my good morning, Spike, if you're listening. And it's a passion. It really is. It's got to be a passion. Like I said, it's certainly not the money.
Yeah, and how important is it to have venues that kind of that open their doors, just like the North Court down in Abingdon, and having these places that keep going, that have, that allow this amazing music to be shown to people?
Let me just say something to you. There are very few bands out there, if you exclude the TV shows, that have just gone straight into playing the Wembley Stadium. You've got to start somewhere, and the grassroots venues are where everything is learnt. The trades have began. We have a tribute band called Metallica Reloaded, and with those we put on a small up and coming band, and we've nursed. I'll give you that. We have a band called Pope Stars, and we've nursed those through 2 or 3 years. They'll leave us now to become their own headline act next time, and we'll bring in another band that help. So we try to drive the music and encourage people, and bring in people that are learning the trade, because, as I said, people won't come unless you have these grassroots venues. We've got no chance. And the band will disappear.
It's a funny thing, because doesn't everyone do this when they go, and people, an older sort of generation, what have you, they go, oh yeah, well, I remember I saw the Stones, in a venue of, there was only 30 of us. Oh, I saw Paul McCartney when he just rocked up to this pub and did that. And you dine out on those stories, Oh yeah, I was, saw the Foals when, there was like 30 people in the Bullingdon, and you dine out on those stories, but at the time, it's not as important as it is kind of from that kind of hindsight point of view. And the fact that you have that venue, you have people like yourself, you have a venue, and you have those 30, 40, 50, 60 people in a room listening to great music and go, blimey, these guys are good. and then they go on, like you say. Without that, it doesn't. Bands don't happen, but nothing happens. Everyone just goes, "Oh, you're either Wembley Stadium or you're nothing," and that's ridiculous.
I can help you with that one as well. A good friend of mine, Bush Telfer, used to run the Marquee Club. So he is responsible for the bands that the Stones, Genesis, everything else, and he'll tell you exactly the same stories now that he was telling them. We had John Coghlan's Quo with me the other day, and the two guys were reminiscing from years ago and where they came from. And look at Quo now. Obviously John's left, but look at it. So the stories are true, and maybe in time to come, myself and friends can sit down and say, we remember those. We bought those here first. And we are responsible for some of the bands that are coming through exclusive to Oxfordshire. So
and you must, because I know anyone that works in the music industry, that money is not the driving force, as you said. It's all about that passion. And when you see bands, spread their wings a little bit and move on from that kind of that performing at the North Court. And then maybe moving on to something slightly bigger, maybe O2 Cali Road, and then maybe sort of further afield in London and what have you, and spreading their wings and flying out. That must give you an enormous sense of pride and kind of go, well, we're a part of that journey.
Certainly. One of the things that we like to do in our relationship is turn around and say, look, even though you're playing Wembley Stadium, will you come back and play the North Court with me? I've helped you, you helped me. And certainly. Back to what I was saying to you about Spike, when we see Spike at the festivals, I think, you come back here and you're going to play with 200 people, but look after me, I'll look after you. And it's great to know he is my friend, he is come and help me. We have theatre tours coming to us now. The Seriously Collins guys came in just after Christmas, and they played to 200 people and left and went off to play the Nottingham Royal Concert Theatre. They don't need me. They come to do it because we've helped them, they help me, and we look after each other. And that's the beauty of Paul Robin Promotions, the drive, the connection. It's a family.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be that way because, that kind of camaraderie and that love and that kind of sticking togetherness is what grassroots is all about. Otherwise, it's not grassroots, is it?
No, absolutely. And even though it says Paul Robin Promotions at the door, I can't wire a plug. I have a group of friends that help me, and we all are a team. We build with the family, we build with the relationships with the venue and the artists that come to us, and we take a pride in what we do. It's great.
Yeah. No, and you can tell, and you can really, really hear that. And as I sort of started the interview by sort of saying that actually without people like you, without that driving force, without that passion, nothing happens. The bands don't come, the theatre productions don't come. They drift on by. They go to somewhere else. They go to someone slightly bigger. They maybe bypass Oxfordshire and wander down to London or something. So it's so important to have people like you flying the flag for grassroots venues and amazing venues just like the North Court. Tell us what the old summer programme looks like, because obviously we're into that sort of realm now where everything starts sort of happening, I guess. I know bits and bobs are happening, but a little bit less so just during the winter months. But what we got on in the next few months?
Mine's slightly shorter than most people because of the acts that I book. We deal with a lot. They go off to festivals. I've said to you about quality.
Yeah.
So next week we've got The Darkness. An incredible tribute to the Darkness themselves, and the following night we've got the Killers and the Muse, and then we're actually on a break until September because my guys go off and we allow them to go to holidays. There's certain things going on at the North Court, but we actually do. So we have a break. So we'll come back with Show Aces, Metallica Reloaded, Chasing Mumford, The Who, leading right the way up to Christmas when we have Slade UK, Bohemians, which is the biggest Queen tribute we know. Take That, Ollie Murs, they're all there. They're all there. Just come and check us out. Can I do the plug?
Oh, you absolutely can. Get it in there. Come on, Paul.
Right. Well, everything you check out at the North Court Live, the United Football Club, whatever you want to call it, inevitably leads to www.paulrobinspromotions.com. And It's always good to see everybody.
Absolutely is, and it's good to chat to you. And as I sort of reiterate as well, people like you flying the flag for venues is so vitally important. And after the old summer, and when you got some more events on, can you come back on and tell us all about them, please?
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Top man. Been great to catch up. Paul Robbins from Paul Robbins Promotions there. You can see all of his fantastic work. As he says, just go to the website there, and loads of gigs and loads of fantastic things happening down in Abingdon. People like Paul, legend. Love it.